thank my parents. They supported me for 4 years through water polo and swimming, cheering me on in every event. I cannot put into words how thankful I am for your support. My parents were there for every single meet, even in the one I swam the 500. I applaud them for staying through that, because the only thing more boring than swimming the 500 is watching someone swim the 500. To show them gratitude for this, I will watch them do their taxes. Sophomore year, modern world history, 1750 to present, teacher, Larry Rogers. First semester grade during water polo season, 89%, B+. Second semester grade during swim season, 89%, A-. Perceive that any way you want to. I am so lucky and fortunate to swim for Larry Rogers. I learned so much from this amazing coach. I love Larry. I have a framed and signed picture of me and Larry on my desk, which of course I will be taking to college. Have you ever been in a restaurant and you're not able to finish your meal? So you get everything packaged to go. Then on the way home, you realize you left your food at the restaurant. This is exactly the feeling I had when I found out Larry would be leaving. I was heartbroken. I did not know who would be replacing him. Initially, I did not want to like Coach Megan. I loved Larry Rogers, and I thought no one could ever replace him. I think Coach Megan knew all the swimmers thought this, and she had to make an initial impact. I immediately respected her after the first practice, which was the hardest I've ever swam in my entire life. Coach Megan had huge shoes to fill, and she did an amazing job. We destroyed the competition at every single meet and went on to obliterate the other teams at CCS, winning by over 100 points. For the 3 years I have been on the swim team, I was never given any stroke instruction. Freshman year, after swimming a freestyle race, Larry said, "You looked like you were drowning. Your stroke sucks." To which I asked, "How do I fix it?" And he responded, "Swim faster." And walked away. And for that, I thank you, Larry. Everyone knows Coach Kim as the coach with all the cool magic tricks. Although this is his first and sadly his last year, he's the only coach for 4 years to ever teach me stroke. Early in the season, I was sick for a couple practices. When I returned, I decided to swim in the lower lanes for the day. I was swimming in Coach Kim's lane. That day was the first and only stroke advice I would ever get for 4 years. I remember swimming, and every time I would look up across the pool, I would see Coach Kim yelling, jumping up and down. He was so frustrated, he looked like he was about to have an aneurysm. When I returned to the wall, Coach Kim asked me, "Are you sure you're just sick, or did you hit your head too?" As I had been messing up the intervals, it was just an all-around mess. In addition to being a great stroke coach, Coach Kim showed up to my farewell speech during last Thursday at lunch. This really meant a lot to me. And for that, I thank you, Coach Kim. I will miss you next year. Coach Ryan, the tank, has taken the position of the tough coach after Larry retired. He is seen walking around the pool deck telling kids to get after it and saying things like, "This set is easy money." As I said before, Coach Ryan has taken the position of the tough coach. Although his discipline is nothing compared to Larry's, I've had a few stern looks and angry yells directed my way. I think Coach Ryan is most famous for his look of death. If you're ever not doing a swim set or skipping on the intervals, he will stare at you until you start swimming again. The Care Bears was a famous cartoon that ran from September of 1985 all the way to December of 1988. The Care Bears are a group of bears that just walked around caring for everything. They cared about each other and everyone else. When stuff got bad, they wouldn't get mad, they would get determined. And they would say, "It's time for the Care Bear stare." They would stare at the problem, and actual love would shoot out of their chests to get rid of the problems. One hot Friday afternoon, I threw a plastic water ball across the pool, and it got stuck between the metal fence and a concrete bleacher. Coach Ryan seemed particularly angry. He walked over and stared at me. And as Coach Ryan stared into my soul, I saw anger. But then, I realized, behind his unusually large glasses, he wasn't mad, but determined, and giving me his best Care Bear stare. In his own special way, Coach Ryan is saying that he loves me. And is just trying to say that he cares. Thank you, Coach Ryan. I will miss you next year. I'd like to thank Nathan Yates. He is literally the nicest person I've ever met in my entire life. He is so fast and so humble. Like right before a race junior year, he'd be giving me tips on the butterfly, the 100 butterfly race we were about to compete in. I would finish the race, and somehow Nathan would already be changed, helping me out of the pool. He would be congratulating me on the race, as they would be putting the gold medal around his neck. But that didn't matter to Nathan. He's a great teammate and a great friend, and I just want him to fly me out when he goes to the Olympics. Although he's not here tonight, I'd like to thank Mr. Ha for being my biggest adult fan. At every single meet, we would wave to each other, and he would tell me I did a great job in the race. He's an overall awesome and cool dad. Thank you, Mr. Ha. I would like to thank Coach Van Tilburg for being an amazing coach and an awesome Kairos leader. I would say more, but I signed a non-disclosure agreement when I went on Kairos. I'd like to thank Coach Wilson for coaching all my favorite freshmen, and Hoffman. I know they loved you. Now, I want to honor all the Eagle Scouts or soon to be Eagle Scouts, as I know this is not done enough. Me, if you could please stand, that'd be appreciated. Me, Martin Ham, Gabe Orgalescu, Coach Wilson, and Emmanuel Bemina. I have some metal neckerchief slides that I got from the Boy Scout Jamboree I went on in 8th grade, or 7th grade, that I will give you after the speech. Sophomore year in history class, Larry said to me, "Tripp, if we were in the same bunker during World War II, you would be dead." Because the Germans would hear you talking. But before the Germans would kill you, I would kill you.